casual boxing fan here, and holy shit. Deontay Wilder absolutely obliterates Dominic Breazeale with ease. I really didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming that easily. I thought it could, Breazeale could cause some problems. And the reason I thought that was because guys like John Joel, Eric Molina, who put pressure on and pushed it back, got him on the ropes, were able to do some work, but no. This Deontay Wilder is better than that Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder has improved. People who say Deontay Wilder hasn't improved, watch this fight. He has got better. He's got better with dealing guys that put pressure on him. He was using his jab better this fight. That right hand was better this fight. Everything was just a little more smoother. Don't get me wrong, Dominic Breazeale's not the best fighter in the world, but he absolutely starched him. Put him to sleep. Really did just knock him clean out. You're not gonna, just a very clean, smooth knockout. And it was just Dominic Breazeale, man. How did he get up after that? Anyway, he got up, but the fight was over. But I think again it just goes, Wilder still has his flaws. He did get hit with a right hand when he was overly aggressive trying to get the knockout, but it just goes to show the power that Wilder possesses. There's no one hits harder than him. No one in boxing history probably hits harder than Deontay Wilder. He can really knock you out anywhere. I expected Dominic Breazeale just to be a bit tighter in defense. Just be a bit tighter, be a bit smoother in the defense. But I guess because he's so upright, he's such a big target, it's a lot easier to hit him. Because, Fury was a big man, but Fury was ducking, he was moving. But, Breazeale's head's always there, so I guess it's just a lot easier for my man just to hit him over the top. Because I don't know what Breazeale was trying to throw when he got knocked down. That first knockdown, he was trying to throw like a left hook, trying to counter Wilder's jab. And I'm just thinking to myself, that's a bad idea. You really don't want to counter someone who has a really strong right hand's jab. Unless you're 110% certain that the right hand ain't following it, because that's what's going to happen. You're going to get clipped. And that's exactly what happened. Breazeale just was too upright and was just getting clipped with that right hand far too much. I think you could see in the first minute of the fight that, Breazeale didn't have the necessary skills to do anything. When he got in close, he was waiting. When he got Wilder backing up to the ropes, he couldn't use that opportunity to do anything. And I think it was just the lack of speed he possessed, the lack of speed, the lack of coordination. Wilder's a very quick, very coordinated heavyweight, very explosive. Wilder gets a lot of hate, windmill Wilder, all the stuff, but you can't deny that he does possess boxing skills that are going to give any man trouble, if that's Joshua or anybody in the heavyweight division, because he's so fast, he's so explosive. And he has got a decent jab. When he uses it, we've seen that you can neutralise that jab with a good jab of your own. Maybe Breazeale should have tried to neutralise his jab a little bit more to try and offset Wilder's, instead of trying to counter Wilder's right hand or just walking him down or staying in front of him. That's a problem. Breazeale, even in that first round, you can see he was staying in front of Wilder, not doing much, too much. You know what I mean? He was just staying in front of him, not working, not trying to force the action, not force the fight. That's the issue. With Wilder, you've got to decide what you're going to do. You're either going to go in there, rough him up, or you're going to stay on the outside. You can't do both. Because he's too good. He's too good. You've got to push him off balance. You've got to do something that's going to try to offset that right hand. Because if you're in range of that right hand, you are going to get knocked out, starched, put to sleep. I thought this would be a tougher fight, but in the back of my mind, I knew that this fight could just be a one-rounder. But I was hoping for a tougher fight. I was hoping that Breazeale would push him. I was hoping Breazeale would come in condition well, but I guess you can't condition yourself for a punch like that. And that's the way it goes. What can you say? Wilder just absolutely smoking him. Wilder, nothing but respect him, absolute class. Breazeale, hopefully you come back from this, but it's going to be hard to come back from that sort of knockout. A lot of people I see online are saying, well, he did it quicker than AJ, and this is brought back this AJ thing, but I'm going to tell you one quick thing about that. Wilder and AJ are two different fighters with two different styles. We all know Wilder's the bigger puncher. You know what I mean? That's not up for debate. Wilder's definitely the bigger puncher than AJ. He's definitely got the bigger one-punch knockout. While AJ's a quicker, more accumulative striker. So, whoever knocks out someone quicker doesn't really matter, because either way, Dominic Breazeale got outclassed and beat up in both fights. You know what I mean? I just think it's the explosiveness. And against, and it was a counter punch. It's a punch that Breazeale didn't see coming, because Breazeale was trying to counter him. So that as well adds to it. We never really seen, against Joshua, we didn't see that sort of explosiveness. So whoever knocked him out quicker doesn't really matter, because when these two men fight, it's Joshua and Dominic Breazeale, is he? Wilder and Dominic Breazeale, so it don't matter. That's what fellas want to say about that. But congratulations to Deontay Wilder. What a superb knockout. Hopefully now we get to see him go on and fight AJ or Dylan White. I don't really want to see the Lewis Ortiz rematch, if I'm being perfectly honest. I don't know. A lot of people seem quite happy with it, but I'm just thinking to myself, Lewis Ortiz got stopped by Deontay Wilder. He got knocked out. It wasn't a fluke knockout. He got knocked out. He was, in my opinion, Lewis was winning the fight, but he got knocked out. And then since then, he's not done anything of any real note. And this is kind of the issue I have in the heavyweight division, is that Luis Ortiz has fought Travis Kaufman and Christian Hammer, two guys that aren't really title contenders. So what's he done to really earn a title shot? We have someone like Dylan White, who's gone off and beat Joseph Parker, Derek Chisora, Lucas Brown, Hellenius, and now he's going to go fight Oscar Rivas. Should he be in a better position for Deontay Wilder than someone like Luis Ortiz? But then again, I don't know negotiations. I don't know what's going to happen. But to me personally, I just think Luis Ortiz, man, he needs to fight high level of opposition before he gets another title shot. He's not really done anything to earn that shot back again. But hey, if he gets the fight again, I'll watch it, because the first fight was a good fight. I'll watch it again. But again, I don't think Luis Ortiz can beat Deontay Wilder, because Deontay Wilder is going to get better. Luis Ortiz at his age, he's hit his peak. His ceiling's there. But Wilder looks like he's sharpening up a little bit. His tools are a little bit more robust. So it'll be a good fight. But man, Wilder, man, that guy is dangerous. He's a killer, an absolute killer. And that guy could kill someone in the ring, because that right hand is, it's like a sledgehammer. When it hits you, it's just fast and sharp. But all my best wishes to him. I hope he's well, because I don't wish no badness on no one. And Deontay Wilder, man, he keeps going. He keeps going on this streak. You can't keep putting the guy down because of the Fury fight, because of the fight there. You got to give this guy his props, and I'm giving him his props. Absolute stunning knockout by Deontay Wilder. Congratulations, WBC champion of the world. I think that's 10 defenses now for him. So he's carving himself out a very nice career. It doesn't look like anyone except AJ or Fury can stop this man. It really doesn't. It only looks like those are the two men in this division that can pose any threat to him, because that power, man. Woo! That power, man. It will knock you into space. It will knock you into space, that power. That power will knock you into space. So, it was a good little fight while it lasted. Breazeale made the mistakes Breazeale always makes. And Wilder did what Wilder done. He still got pushed back in the ropes at times, but he used the jab a lot more. And he set up that right hand a lot better. So, you've got to respect him for that. Thank you very much for listening. This was Casual Boxing Fan.